62 games have come and gone. The Avs won 56 of them, setting a new franchise record for both wins and points. But with the regular season now over, Colorado is back to the Stanley Cup playoffs, home of 3 consecutive painful exits, all in the second round. Last year, the Avs ultimately couldn't walk the walk. It left them with unfinished business. Expectations are higher than ever. It's cup or bust season in Denver. There's been a whole season of talking about it. Now it's time for the Avalanche to be about it.
Welcome in to the DNVR Avalanche pregame show, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Use code DNVR when you sign up for a new account to get amazing odds boosts every single day. Rudo, Blais, AJ coming at you live. Avs versus Preds Game 3 in Nashville, in Bridgestone Arena. Avs keeping the same lineup as Game 2. Nashville, as far as I know, keeping the same lineup, but I haven't confirmed their warm-up roster yet. Going into this one, a lot of things leaning the Avs' way. I've had conversations with multiple people down at the bar. Preds look pretty defeated after that goal from Makar in overtime in Game 2. AJ shaking his head. You think they got something left in the tank?
Yeah, I think we're gonna see the Nashville team that was in the top 3 of the division for half the season today. I think you're gonna get a really good game out of the Granlund, Forsberg, Duchesne line. I think you're gonna get a Roman Josi game. I think you're gonna get a solid performance out of Connor Ingram. I think it's gonna be a competitive hockey game. I will say, if the Avs get out to a quick 2-0 lead, 10 minutes in or something, you might just see them fold.
Yeah.
But I just really don't believe that that's a part of this Nashville DNA.
Well, you get to see what John Haynes can do by trying to hide his top line and see if he can get those matchups that he wants.
This is a huge, huge part of that.
On the other side, you've got Bednar. He's got a lot more depth, right? So how good can you hide that line when you've got a little bit more depth on the Avs to play with?
You're pulling Comfer aside. And you're saying, okay,
you got a job to do today.
You're keeping Ave Kubel and Burakovsky with Comfer, so you kind of have this weird mixture of skills.
Right.
Where you're on paper, this would make a lot of sense, but in reality, this is a really odd group.
Comfer's got to be the defensive player Jared Bednar thinks he is on that line.
Yeah, and I think he's been good through 2 games.
I agree.
I think he left a lot of offense on the ice in Game 2.
Oh, he missed a wide open net.
A lot.
You live with that, though.
You're also okay, well, if you're leaving offense on the ice, that means they aren't having the puck and that they're not doing anything to JT Compher.
Right.
So, really, if Bednar sits down and he just says, look, this line, they're coming after you. They're going to try and match you up with the Granlund line, with their top line. They're going to throw their big guns specifically against you. If you guys can just survive those shifts, just get through them, that puts our big guys against their third line.
Yeah.
And that's a much larger mismatch.
Well, and the other thing that you have right there, too, is you have the Avs defense, right? You've got that factor where you've got some solid D-men that can also go down to the third line.
Top pairing. You can take your top pairing away from Nathan McKinnon for once.
Yep.
You could put him out there where you could put Taves and Makar with the Comfer line and try and match them as best you can.
Right.
And kind of try and give them that extra level of protection.
Yep.
And just say, okay, we're going to put these guys together and just see, hey, can they hang? Can they handle Nashville's top line? Because if JT Comfer's line goes even with the Granlund line, the Avs are going to win this game.
Yep. Well, and the other thing that you have, too, is this in-game adjustments from Bednar, right? We've seen him switch up lines when need be. If he's not getting
last game.
If he's not getting what he needs to cover that top line that they're going to hide, then maybe you'll see a different lineup throughout the game.
Well, this is where I think that's a great point, because that's where Nichushkin, Landeskog, and Lehkonen, all 3 of those guys, can bring different dimensions to a line if they want to move them around.
Yeah.
Because it would not be very hard to just be okay, we want a little bit more of a defensive element. You take Lehkonen, you put him where Burakovsky is. You take Burakovsky, you put him next to Kadri and Landeskog, and you're ooh, this is a really, really solid.
Yeah.
This second line can run through you with a bunch of 60-point players.
And there is going to be a little bit of a chess game there, right?
Because this is the ultimate chess game. This is John Hines' chance to prove that he can coach this team into a competitive result.
He's kind of in the hot seat a little bit.
He should be, because the pressure's on him. He could hide through games 1 and 2. You could hide behind, they're a dominant home team.
Right.
They get the matchups they want. Everything was in their favor because that's what home ice advantage is all about.
Yep.
But now it's on John Hines to coach his team into competitiveness. And if he can't do that, first of all, you need to be having larger conversations after the season's over if you're Nashville. And second of all, if you can't do that, the series is ending in the next few days.
Well, and that's what I meant. Not just in this game. I'm saying, hot
well, I mean,
seat
let's be
for
real. Like, they don't win.
off-season.
They don't win this game.
Oh,
The season starts to feel like a really lost year for the Predators.
You got career years out of everybody and their mother.
You get everything that you could possibly ask for.
Guys scoring above their clip.
And you can't even, with what Connor Ingram did in Game 2, you can't even say, but UC Saros.
$2 from Travis here. That looks like is it a kale or is it corn? I can't tell. It's a pear. Oh, it's a super chat. That's I see. Character sacrifices to the Dark Lord, LFG. You can't fool me, all right? I'm not doing the super sticker voice for a fake super sticker. You mentioned him. Nashville's side of this. Is it a big positive or is it a big question mark for them getting Connor Ingram in net for Game 3? Can he keep this up?
I mean,
if you know that
how
answer.
have all the other third goalies fared in their follow-up performances?
Not great.
So there's no way you can match that second game.
There's like, it's totally fair to doubt that Connor Ingram's going to come out and be that level of good again. But I think he's good enough to keep them competitive. Like, I think this is going to be a higher scoring game for both teams than we've seen. There will be a balance. It won't be 2-1. It won't be 7-2. This is probably more of like a 4-3, 4-2 type of game.
Yeah.
However it goes. And it's look, how does Connor Ingram go? How does it go for him?
How many goalies have let the first goal in a game and then saved everything and just let the last goal go in? I mean, it's
kind of a weird game.
It's a very weird game.
It helps when you have a disallowed goal in the middle of there.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
Puck did technically go in the net.
Yeah. Shit helps.
Ingram is an interesting conversation. One, because he's Connor Ingram, obviously. But two, you talked about the adjustments on the forward side.
I don't know what's going on in chat right now, but it looks wild.
Yeah, they're having an adventure. I don't
it's
know.
the first time I glanced over at it, and I'm like, what is going on in there?
Can Nashville adjust defensively? Because
No, they're not good enough.
Right, they've been getting caved, and is that they just kind of got to outscore their problems a little bit?
They're just that is where I think their talent deficiency is at its largest. Like, Dante Fabro is a fine defenseman in the NHL, but Mattias Ekholm has gotten absolutely devoured.
Bad.
He's gotten devoured in this
He's
series.
old. He's old now.
Roman Josi, they've tried to hide him and it hasn't gone well. Alexander Carrier, like, I think he's had
MIA.
there have been like moments.
Well, and Lausanne got hurt the other night.
Right. Well,
so-
and Lausanne and like Benning was in Game 1, and then Lausanne, is he healthy? Is he not?
Yeah.
Is he, even if he's hurt and playing, is he that much better than Benning?
Yeah.
Their defensive depth just isn't good, and Borokop is he's a great hockey personality.
He's
with
never
the
been
league's
very
best
good.
hockey smile, but he's not any good.
$3 from Irish. Baby Lemon with pom-poms in his hands cheerleading. Thank you very much.
I hope he sent that in and he wrote super sticker and he just jebaited you so hard.
I learned, and it would say super chat, then super sticker, all right? I know your tricks, chat. You can't fool me. Not today. I do actually, chat, I don't want to ruin the mood, but I have terrible news. The jorts don't fit anymore.
A lot of nights at the bar will do that. I understand.
I've put on a few pounds for sure. So you might be without jorts, Rudo, for
the
a little while.
hockey gods bestow light upon us once again.
Me and you.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm just trying to picture this conversation. You're like trying them on, And Sarah's like, what's going on here?
Are you doing the ass wiggle trying to get him up?
Are you doing the blue jean shake where you're hopping up and down? And
I can get them up. It's just I can't button them.
That's a style, though. You can just,
unbuttoned Daisy Dukes?
I'm saying it's a style. I don't want to see it, but it's a style.
I mean, everything's a style. It's not really a good style.
Yeah. It's fair enough.
Not on Rudo. Sorry, Rudo.
Fair enough.
Let's get on to the main conversation I want to talk about here as we get $5 more from Irish. Thank you very much. Contributions for new jorts. We'll see if you guys donate enough. Maybe I'll get some Prada jorts.
Bedazzled.
Avs going into a building that is notoriously loud. Yeah. Gonna be aggressive. You expect some jump off the hop.
Yeah, first 8 minutes is going to be really, really, really important. If you can get out of that, either with the lead or tied or whatever, just don't be trailing at the end of that. You're in wonderful position.
Yep.
The placement of that rink makes for that environment.
Yeah, well, and they're also baby poo soft with these ticket restrictions. And, I know that they've been doing this for a long time.
And other places do it as well.
Yeah, and, I know Tampa Bay has also done this.
Yes.
So they're not the only soft ones out there, but soft.
I saw a guy on Twitter who was like, yo, just Venmo me money and I'll buy the tickets for you. I live here. I was like,
those are the true heroes.
Yeah, there was the
put themselves above their local community like that.
It was the Locked On Avs podcast guy, I think, or one of their guys was doing it. So shout out to them. Does this game spiral out of control if the Preds get an early lead?
No.
No? You think the Avs can manage it?
Yeah, I just think that it would have to get really.
I mean,
out of
sure.
control.
If it gets 3-0 or something, if
it gets to 3-0 and you're 10 minutes in,
right?
I think there's enough time.
Yeah.
Can you outscore them 3-0 in 50 minutes? My answer is yes.
They've done it
but
already.
Some of that is how
sure.
are they playing?
Yeah.
How did you get to that 3-0? Did you give them power plays? Is Darcy Kemper giving up freebies? Or are they getting weird, very Nashvilleian bounces
yep.
to get goals?
I love it.
So it just kind of depends, how you get there.
You got to weather the storm.
But I really don't think that there's. I would be really, really surprised if the Avs got blown out.
I'm not expecting a blowout.
That's the thing that would probably catch me most by surprise. Would be that to happen. They want too badly to be in this moment and to want to take on this pressure and to ratchet it up on other teams. I think they really relish the position they've put themselves in because last year they blew that 2-0 lead, and I think they want to show to themselves as much, hey, we're here in this spot again,
and we're going to take it,
and we can hammer this thing home.
Yep.
And so I do think that you're going to get a really good Avalanche game today. I don't think that they can play as well as they did in Game 2. That feels unfair.
That's about as good as any hockey team can play.
My goodness, was that some dominance.
Well, they generate so much offense, too. That's the thing. And with Nashville's defense being suspect, you just don't see it. You had a great game by Connor Ingram last game, and that's why they stayed in that game, right?
Yeah.
If they do what they did in the first game, and Connor Ingram has half as good a game, they're going to score 4 goals.
If Connor Ingram's level drops at all and the Avalanche doesn't, this is over.
Yeah.
So, one more question here on the arena, and I understand there's going to be some immediate bias because the Avs are playing the Predators right now, but remove that if you can. Pro or against catfish?
Thrown onto the ice.
Thrown onto the ice.
Squids, catfish, octopus, whatever.
I have a real discomfort with people just throwing dead animals onto sporting surfaces. The Avs during Thanksgiving games curl butterball turkeys, and I'm like, does anybody else have a problem with the disrespect here?
Nope.
I'm pro all about it.
I just think it's for me. It just makes me uncomfortable.
No, I understand that take, but it's
and it's hard for me to get past that part of it.
Yeah, but it's the tradition thing.
I'm team people let people have fun, but that's weird to me. I guess.
Well, Seattle, what did they do? They made the stuffed trout. Have you seen those that you can throw on the ice? They look realistic, but they're
They're fake.
So
They're
fake.
fake.
Are you
in
like?
that case, I'm all about that. That's awesome.
So you're Team Florida? Throw the plastic rats.
Dude, I love the plastic rats.
Okay.
Wouldn't it have been
Salmon.
weird had everybody been throwing real rats?
Real rats would be a little gross for
so
sure.
why are we talking about a real catfish being cool? Like real rats would have been fucking weird.
I don't mind the throwing of that. I mind this dude strapped a catfish to his leg and walked into this arena.
Like that guy needs therapy more than I do.
You're like, congratulations.
Like at that point, you're like somebody in his life didn't sit him down and be like, all right, so you're strapping this catfish to your body to like hide inside your clothing for multiple hours.
Why do you think you do this?
For the upside is what here? Like for me, I guess
Tradition.
it's just
$10 from the Schick. Someone from DNVR took a pic of my boy Glenn at the game with his dad. Wish him a happy birthday. Let's go, Avs. Happy birthday to Glenn.
that had to be Jesse.
I can't imagine who else it would have been. Yeah.
DNVR didn't have anybody else out there. Like in an official capacity.
Right. Okay. Who's hot tonight, Blais? Who you got on the betting circuit?
We said that Mikko was going to be hot last game, and he was not.
So you ride or die?
I'm going to ride or die on this one. Let's pull up the thing. I'm going back to Mikko.
So
Back to the
they're
well.
hiding. Their fans are hiding catfish, and the Avs are hiding a moose.
Look, if you can throw a dead moose onto the ice, if you're that strong, power to you, all right?
So I went a little safe. Well, kind of safe. I mean, Mikko, anytime goal at plus 115. I feel like it's just needed from him. Like, if the Avs are going to go far, he's got to start doing a little bit more. Berkey's also been a little bit quiet, so I'm adding him in there with a half point for plus 100. This is the one that gets a little Kale to
that's
score
spicy.
and Mac 2+ points.
So you need some offense right there.
Plus 425. Let's do it.
Yeah, and like you have to think that the power play is going to show a little bit better.
Yeah.
If
They need to finish. They need
if
to
they keep
finish.
calling penalties at the rate that they have in this year, like if you get like 1 or 2 opportunities and you're just kind of like, it's going to be a lot harder.
Yeah.
But if you get 4 or 5 chances with the man advantage, then at some point, right? Like you have to think
The
that,
dam's got to break.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Okay.
didn't go all out today though. Like last, the other one was like a little absurd.
You made 3 for 4 night one, and you were like, let's go!
yeah, and then 2 was bad.
Mine might be a little bit of a wish is the father of the thought here, but I think it's time for Naz Kadri to.
Yeah, he's kind of same boat as Mikko. You want to see him hit that
it feels
next
like
level.
There's been a little bit of bad luck, and there have been some opportunities
that
for
have
him
not worked out.
that he has not cashed,
yeah.
and so it's like, hey, like let's.
That last one, all he had to do was raise a puck. He had a wide open net to shoot at. So,
And I just think that, especially with Landeskog and Lekin in there with him, that's a really
It's time, yeah.
There isn't like the Johansson Janot group is not going to be good enough to handle them if that ends up their matchup.
yeah.
They should have an advantage as long as they aren't going out there against.
And Landy loves to feed pucks.
Yeah,
He's got that soft touch on his pass.
you know he had 10 hits. Landeskog had 10 hits
In that last
game
game?
2.
He's been a straight monster, dude.
Yeah.
He's been a straight monster.
So that was interesting.
I like that we're all matching.
Burgundy, baby. Burgundy on the show. All right. We are...
Subliminally, we understand how this is going to go.
Yeah, we knew. We knew all along. Roughly 10 minutes from the scheduled puck drop time. There is no game before this one, but it's on national TV, so who knows when the puck drop is, but I got to take care of some stuff. I got to prepare. We got the watch along coming. Tune into that.
Take care of some stuff. You have to pee. We
Yeah,
understand.
I know.
I get it, dude.
I need another beer, too, though. Like, there's...
Yep, but beer's half gone.
Yeah, you're right. I don't really need another beer yet.
I mean, when in Rome, though, right? You'll be downstairs, so.
Yeah, exactly. So we got some stuff to prep before pregame. We're going to get out of your hair here. Hope y'all enjoy the game. Of course, altitude locally. They're not blocking out, though. So even if you don't have altitude, they're on TNT. You can watch it there. Go jump on it. We will be here during the game. Certainly at least me. And we will be there post-game, whatever happens. So tune into all of that stuff. We love you. And we will talk to you in like 5 minutes here.